let's talk about Nvidia, AMD. Trump opened the door for them potentially to sell chips in China.
Yeah.
With the caveat of 15% of the sales goes to the U.S. government.
What's that sound like to you?
A deal?
Okay.
Not today, Satan. Nope.
Nah, I don't know. When I read it, there was this E word that kept coming up in my mind. I'm like, yo, this sounds like
it's the I word. The shit.
Well, the thing about Trump is that he's gonna always make a deal.
Okay.
Say what you want about him. He's making deals. He's making deals. Like he made a deal with Congo to get their natural resources.
That's not helpful though.
But I'm just saying, like he's thinking
just factual, right?
He's like one of the first. He might be the first president that's thinking like a sharp businessman. Like he's not thinking like a diplomat. He's thinking like a businessman. He's making a lot of deals, bro. Ukraine, he got their resources, their natural resources.
That's above
our protection. Then he's about to meet. But I'm saying then he's about to meet. Then he's about to meet.
I love you, brother.
Protection.
No, I'm being honest. He's not doing a bad job when it comes to making these deals.
He is making deals, and this is. I'm glad you said that.
We gotta be. No, fair. We gotta be fair about the situation.
So here is the important part, and I'm glad you said that he's making deals because the whole movement has been about making America great. Say what you want about that. That's fine. Whatever side of the alley on, whatever. Here's what you should be doing as investors. If they're going to tell you that they're going to make America great again, find the great American companies.
Nvidia.
Because well, there goes one, right? Look at who he partners with. I've been talking about Dell for the past 2 months. Look at what Dell's been doing, right? Everybody thought, oh, that's a computer company. No. They partnered with Nvidia to make racks, right? Mm-hmm. So those GPUs sit inside racks that sit inside data centers, they're partnered with them that. Look at how Dell's been performing, right? Look at Oracle over the past year, right? American company. We talked about Micron for a year now, right? He puts a tax on semiconductors, right? Samsung, not American company. SY Hynix, not American company. Who becomes a leader in the high bandwidth memory space? That American company. Micron, look at how it performed today. Start finding the companies that are going to dominate in that space, especially the semi space, because we've seen already from a supply chain during the pandemic, we cannot rely on foreign entities. If he's going to say make America great, outside of Intel, right? And he already had some choice words with the CEO. Start finding those companies, y'all.
Sounded familiar, right?
Yep. Yep.
I'll play God and devil's advocate on this. Jensen is smart enough to know that he needs both continents for Nvidia to keep their dominance. Well played. Trump also knows, let me find a way to give Jensen what he wants, and I get what I want at the same time. I'm not a political expert, but to me, if I allow you to sell your greatest inventions to our enemy currently at the time, is it beneficial for us short term or long term? But they kind of find a way to meet in the middle. Somehow, a Chinese ring was coming here anyway and sending the hoppers over. So let me just destroy that streamline and just come directly to me. Pay the VIG. That's a great lesson you got to learn in gambling. Ed Sakota, a man for all markets who mastered gambling and then went to the markets. Big rule is you have to pay that toll fee. So now if I'm only given a small percentage back and I'm now allowed to sell some of my B tier products to China, it makes the company even bigger and prevents a real deep seek like thing from happening. But is this, I don't want to say the treason word, but like, is it close to that?
I was thinking friendly extortion. Friendly extortion. And we're only talking about it from one end of the pendulum, right? We're talking about Nvidia. And yeah, Nvidia, you pay that 15%. They can afford to do it, right?
For sure.
I think they're going to report, I think, 200 billion in revenue this quarter. 200 billion. They pay 15. Okay.
That's a lot of money.
AMD, that's not the same situation
at all.
Their margins are much smaller. Their revenue is much smaller.
Mm-hmm.
their
Market share
reliance,
much smaller. Yep.
right? Their reliance on that China demographic is much larger.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a little. This is a slight red flag for me. And you know, I've been big on AMD, but this is something we got to revisit
Because it can cut dramatically into the profitability. Like
exactly.
Nvidia, and this is one thing I always tell you guys to look at. The net margin of a company matters because it determines how much they can outspend their customer in terms of market share, acquisition, and development into future products. Nvidia, great cushion. If you look at AMD though, net margin 9.11%. That's
Not the
different than Nvidia's 55%.
Right.
Dramatically. So if they have to pay a 15% VIG, they could potentially be flat or run negative paying that fee. Now I'm sure he'll structure it to where it doesn't disassemble or decimates their business. But let's say if it's 4%, that's a dramatic chop to AMD.
Or what they do is I think the M130 is the chip. Instead of being the 18,000, if they're selling it to China, now it's 24,000. Right? You put
And
that
the
on.
fees get passed on to them.
The fees get passed on.